I really don't have a comment. So. Thank you all. All right, Freddie, you have a question you wanted to ask?
Well, I've asked
Anna,
that
or
this board resolution for travel vouchers and irregularities to be placed on the agenda. This is probably my 5th or 6th time requesting this without any explanation of why it has not been placed on the agenda. So I want to make a motion that this item be placed on the agenda to be considered, and also expect an explanation of why it has not in the past.
Mr. Comer's not here to answer that. He's the one who makes the agenda decisions.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Now, let me say what we can do today. It's any such matter shall be identified. Someone, you might get a motion on or something on the agenda, shall be identified in the motion to take up the matter on the agenda with reasonable specificity, which means you need to explain what it is,
right.
and including the purpose for the addition to the agenda and enter into the minutes of the agenda.
Well,
so if you want to explain to the board.
are you trying to get it on this agenda?
Well,
or
I've
next, or last
asked
agenda?
for it to be on the agenda, and
Have you made a motion in a meeting to put it on?
I've actually sent it to Sandy.
He sent it to me, and every time I've given it to Mr. Comer, but he doesn't answer to me, so.
But I'm saying, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
It has-
Well, if you want to go ahead and give us the motion, the specificity, the description of the motion, and the reason why you want it on the agenda, we can add it today. If you just want to resend it or ask the board to put it on the motion for next meeting,
Okay,
then we
this-
can do that.
What do you want to do?
Okay, I want to just deal with the specificity of it and explain what this motion entails.
And you want to put it on this,
On the agenda.
on
for
this
the
one?
day.
Okay, go ahead.
Louisiana Auctioneers License Board resolution. I've already gone through and drafted the resolution, which is very basic, regarding future travel vouchers, irregularities. Be it resolved that on the 21st day of March, the Louisiana Auctioneers License Board has adopted the following policy with regards to potential travel voucher irregularities which are uncovered by the LALB affiliates of individuals. The matters to be submitted to the entire LALB membership. If potential irregularities is deemed to have merit, the board will request outside legal counsel, being an attorney or attorney general's office or otherwise, will be provided with the relevant documentation relating to the irregularities for the investigation. Simply state that if there's something that is brought up in the discrepancy in travel vouchers or some type of misappropriation of travel vouchers of some sort, that we'll have something in place as a policy that we can utilize to be able to handle it.
Well, right now, if there's an irregularity, as you speak about, and you call them members, by the way, I'm not sure, do you mean board members or
Yes.
licensees?
No, board members.
Okay. With regard to that, that is already in place as part of the statutes regarding if Sandy sees something that's submitted that would be incorrect, a travel policy, for example, if someone submitted something asking for more money than is allowed by the Division of Administration regulations, obviously, then we would send it on, probably, if not the AG's office, to the Inspector General's office for investigation.
Okay, but what do the board have in place here?
We have a law that we have to follow.
Okay, because I mean, I'm not seeing anything that relates.
But I mean, as far as, you know, you've asked to be put on, I don't want to discuss the merits, I'm just not sure, you know, the statute asks for why you think it needs to be put on the agenda.
Just for future protection of any of these things from taking place. And that's what I stated earlier on, just a prevention measure.
But you would agree that any board member that violates the law, we determine violates the law, should be reported?
Well,
Without that, right?
Well, yeah, it should be reported, but it also be brought to the board that we can also look into it as well and be
Who's we?
notified. The board itself.
Okay. Do you want the board to look into other matters of irregularities from other board members right now?
No, I'm not requesting. This is future. That's what I said. Future travel vouchers railway.
So it's up to the board whether or not we want.
Why do we need that, Brad?
I just explained that. That's what I just spent 5 minutes
Well,
explaining.
explain it again, Brad.
Well, that,
Well, the reason for
Because we've got something here legally
no.
that can protect us.
that's what I think he's confused about. Which I
Okay,
think
well,
we're
that's
all-
what I'm
This is a
saying. That's
redundancy.
So that's what's been done in the
Now, let me
past?
recognize you, Robert, okay? Let them talk.
All right.
Are
Go
you
ahead.
guys
I'll
finished right
I'll
here?
yield my time to,
All right, did you, Mr. Lamar, do you
Huh?
are you okay? You want to ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay. he asked you a question.
Well, I just explained it, and I thought I made myself very clear in doing so. But it's just a future policy to be put in place for travel vouchers or potential travel vouchers irregularity that would be brought to the board's attention, that everybody on the board would know if there is such irregularity that takes place.
The only travel that takes place is people coming to board meetings, and then annually when you guys vote on who's going to the NAA. So is there other travel that you're expecting?
Any other board business, it doesn't just any irregularities that if someone goes here or when she went to the legislature, those are things.
But that wasn't an irregularity.
No, but it's travel vouchers, so quote unquote, it's a voucher.
Is the voucher the same one you're talking about, the one you don't want to do for the 2008 NAA convention?
Well, no, when I get the necessary information, then I'll proceed on with what I was intending to do from the offset. So that doesn't have anything to do with this one.
But that's the same one we're talking about, right?
That form.
That form. This,
The one we gave you all ago.
yeah, and
That's
any
travel.
other
That's the
form
travel voucher you're talking about.
Yeah, the one that you gave me, and the one that has all the itemized breakdown of expenses and everything else on it.
That's the same one.
It's the same form, correct. Yeah, I was just looking for it. But Mr. Burns, I think he had his
I
hand
know he has.
Okay,
his
I'm
hand up.
finished
I was
with what I
letting you
said,
finish. Mr. Burns, you have a question
Well,
or a
since-
comment?
A question?
Okay.
Since it said that that's what we would do, is that what we've done in the past?
Yes. And what we're still doing.
So you are willing to say that if there was a past travel voucher irregularity, it went to one of those two agencies you just referenced?
I'm not aware of any right offhand, but yes, if I saw one, and I think Sandy would be under the same obligation, by law.
There's been nothing other than coming to board meetings. Tessa came to the one legislative thing, and I went to the NAA. That's the only travel that's happened since I came to this office. So I don't see how coming to a board meeting would cause an irregularity when it's the same amount every time.
I mean, when you were a board member, did you report anything to Sandy or to the
Nope.
chairman? About any,
Nope.
Are you aware of any irregularities?
Yes.
Who is it?
Nope.
You have an obligation, if you know of something illegal occurring.
You know of it too, so you can reveal it.
No, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
Okay,
not citing.
fair enough.
Well, who is it?
I'm not saying.
Okay, well,
Why you
Mr. Burns,
bringing it
if you.
Because I have the emails, unless you want to say you didn't get them.
I didn't get no email.
I didn't, yeah,
I'm talking about you.
What emails?
You have them.
I have emails from him about.
Not from, I didn't say from me.
From what period of time he's.
Okay,
maybe a
well,
long time
this,
ago.
okay, we're getting way off course.
Right, I understand.
Well, that's the
I'll
purpose.
go ahead and I'll send you your appropriate documentation. If you're aware of an auctioneer who has committed a crime, is what you're alleging, I will send you documentation so you can advise the board so we can investigate.
This is ancient history. It's a moot point now.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna.
But his point is future. So I asked the question.
One at a time.
Okay, go ahead.
He was talking.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
So he said future, so that's why my question was, Mr. Al made the comment that this has all been provided for and this is the way it's handled. So I think his concerns, and Freddie, you certainly can speak for yourself,
Really?
is, pardon me?
Really? He can speak for himself?
If you would have similar type concerns of whether it was handled that way in the past. That's all I'm trying to get at is, you know, we say that.
One at a time.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
I'll send you the paperwork necessary to get that information.
Okay, the reason why, and I've asked for this, you know, for a reason that just future, and I've always stated future travel voucher irregularities. At least if there is anything, it'll be brought to the board's attention and the board will know about it and we'll deal with it from there. Right now, if it's something happened, I don't know if we will or will not know about it, you know, depending on what procedures are taken and how is it handled.
Okay, I think we all understand now. So, did you make a motion?
Yeah,
That was a
Yes.
motion.
You made a motion?
Yes, I made a
Okay,
motion.
Freddie made a motion. Do I have a second? Motion failed.
Very good.
All right.